Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cup of Joe. It has been a while because I have been busy doing pretty much all things homecoming for the past 2 weeks, but it's so good to be back. Today I have TCI's very own Alex Turry here with me today.
Oh, I'm glad to be here, Joanne.
Now you might be wondering why I'm wearing these cat ears and he's wearing this ridiculous poncho. Well, we decided since it's Halloween, not Halloween, it's the whole week is when you celebrate, that we're going to go along with the theme. And so we're going to talk about spooky season and what is spooky things that are going to happen this Saturday.
Okay, so I'm not even going to go this Saturday with my first one.
You're not? God.
I'm going to refute that.
I'm a little scared, y'all.
I'm going to refute that this Saturday
Halloween.
thing. So Clemson soccer's now jumped to number 2 in the country. Mm-hmm. We have the ACC championship coming up after this Friday. They have one more away game. I'm going to make a spooky prediction and say not only will we win out in the ACC tournament, but we will finish that tournament number 1 in the country.
Really?
Hot
take right here,
I think that the ACC is the strongest conference in soccer, and Clemson has looked like an unbeatable force on offense. With one loss and one draw, I mean, couldn't get spookier than that. It's a little scary. That offense is going to be sneaky.
It can't be spookier than this poncho you're wearing.
This poncho, yeah. Unfortunately, we lost to Will's team, the Steelers, but
Will
it's fine.
Vandervoort, for anyone that's wondering, that works with TCI.
But, I mean, it doesn't get as spooky as a non-win team, so, I mean, go Dolphins.
Okay, so what's your next spooky prediction?
Next spooky prediction, this Saturday, Trevor Lawrence will throw 2 touchdowns, and those 2 touchdowns will exactly go to Cornell Powell and J.C. Chalk.
Exactly.
They will go to Cornell Powell and J.C. Chalk. We saw what Overton was able to do the last game. He got 3 touches. I'm thinking that Lawrence is going to say, hey, I've got other receivers that can play. Cornell Powell came to I think he came in the 156th in the country, coming into Clemson. Now he's a senior. He's waited his time, hasn't really got many touches, but I think this is a game where he goes off for at least 60 yards and a touchdown. And J.C. Chalk, I mean, we've seen tight ends get involved in the offense, Clemson's offense, for years. Mm-hmm. Why not this year? I know Galloway maybe come back at the end of the season, but Chalk's going to try and show that he can still play, and he's going to want that playing time. So Chalk and Powell get our 2 touchdowns from Lawrence this year.
Going off of spooky things that Clemson's offense can do, I think my spooky prediction for this Saturday is that Travis Etienne is going to get a career high for rushing yards. He did it at the very beginning of the season with 205, and this offense is just clicking literally on all cylinders right now. I know that Dabo and company are saying, there's still a lot to improve on, but after seeing how they performed against Boston College, I can only imagine what they can do against Wofford this Saturday. So that's my spooky prediction, is that Etienne is going to get a career high this Saturday.
I'm not going to lie, I like that spooky prediction. I kind of feel like that.
Can't argue with that.
You can't argue with that. I mean, Etienne's been hot, and Wofford's offensive line, defensive line, they've got questions all around. Another spooky prediction I actually have involving our defensive line is that we will have less than 3 sacks against Wofford. Okay. Yes, less. That's a little spooky because who would expect that? I mean, this is a game where you'd see us get 8 or 9 sacks. I think the defensive line might come out a little less pressure coming from them. So they're going to kind of ease off. Maybe they'll get 1 or 2 early, but as the rotations come in, I don't think we're going to get that much.
Well, going on a positive note, I think this is going to be the game that Clemson finally hangs 60-plus points on somebody.
60 points?
60-plus. I'm thinking more close to 70.
Do you think we're an SEC team? Or a Big 12 team? Because ESPN's not going to be happy about that.
That's okay. They don't have to be right now with me. But, I mean, after seeing their performance this past weekend where they were 1 point away from getting that 60 points, I mean, I think it can be easily done. The only thing that can keep them from doing it is if, Dabo starts putting in the second string and the third strings. That's the only thing that's going to keep them from. I think even with, the second string and our third strings, that they can still hang 60-plus points on the Wofford Terriers.
Oh, definitely. I mean, no better time than now. Legitimately no better time than now. I mean, who do we play for the rest of the season that we could score 60 on?
I mean, Wake Forest, that's a chance.
I mean, Wake Forest is a chance after seeing what Louisville did to them and what we did to Louisville. I mean, that's.
If you want to play football math, I love playing football math.
Oh, I don't like math, so you can do all the football math. I will say.
You know what I'm talking about? Like if one team beats this team, then this team.
Oh yeah, and then basically that makes whoever, like, perfect example. Army won the national championship last year, or 2 years ago. Regardless, 1 year Army won the national championship because they beat a bunch of top teams, and those top teams ended up being the winning team. So, Army has a national championship since 2014.
You heard it here first, folks.
That's a spooky take.
That's a spooky take.
That's a spooky take.
Is that your last spooky take? You got anything else for me? I feel like you got something like up your sleeve that's just like completely out in left field.
This has been up my sleeve. This has nothing to do with Tigers in college, but Tigers outside in the NFL. Adam Humphries this week against Carolina will have 2 touchdowns and 120 yards receiving out of the slot. I don't care how many catches it is. It could be 2 catches for that, but he will have 2 touchdowns and 120 yards.
You think so?
I guarantee it.
What makes you think that?
Have you seen what he's done to Carolina when he was with Tampa Bay?
You're right.
He has 3 touchdowns and 200 and something yards against them. I just think it's going to be even worse this week. And I'm a big Ryan Tannehill fan. You can argue with Ryan Tannehill all you want. He produces.
Well, you heard it here, folks. That's all the spooky things that are going to go along with Halloween this week, coming this Saturday and this weekend from you. Thank you for watching. I'm Joanne Bethea. This is Alex Terry with the Clemson Insider. Keep up with us as we have full coverage of the 2019 season. Just ignore that.
Go Fans, baby.